You're sitting there at your desk, you're busy tapping away. You're tapping away with your pencil. You're busy tapping your foot. And suddenly the teacher says, "Jeffrey!" And you jump up and you're like, what? Because you're so busy, you're so distracted. You're not paying attention in class. You're not paying attention at your job. You're not paying attention when you're doing things. Why are you not paying attention? You've got so much built up energy, you just want to run outside, you just want to do something active. You struggle to really pay attention to important tasks. Now, in the schools, they always try to conform everyone to the same idea. Everyone needs to take the same standardized test. Everybody needs to learn in the same way, but you know that all of us have got different talents. We don't learn in the same way. And so you might be one of these people who are, maybe you're not so good at studying. Maybe you're not so good at just keeping your head down. You've got too much energy. Now, they like to label it as ADHD, right? You have an attention deficit disorder, and maybe they want to give you some drugs, they want to give you medicine and all these things to try and cure you, instead of trying to adapt their style, instead of trying to adapt to your learning style, or at least make something kind of interesting. At least the teacher could at least show some kind of effort or initiative to make the lesson more interesting, to keep your attention. So you might be going on in life and you're kind of struggling, and you need to find out a way how you can stay more focused. We can't all just run around and jump around. I mean, if that's your, let's say, if that's your purpose, to do something along those lines, go for it. But there always comes a time where you do need to maybe sit still, grind for 2 hours and try and focus. So how can you actually go about doing that? Well, the first thing that we can try is meditation, right? Now, if you have a lot of energy built up inside, meditating can be really, really challenging. But you can try and sit for 5 seconds. Try 5 seconds. All you need to do is sit still. You can sit on a chair. You don't need to do all this crazy monk things. I mean, if you find it enjoyable, go for it. But otherwise, you can just sit down, right? Remove all your distractions. Put your phone on silent or on airplane mode, and just sit there and breathe. Focus on your breath as you breathe, and clear your mind. And your mind will definitely wander. It will go to think about a bunch of random things. And as soon as you notice your mind drifting, bring it back to your breath, right? So that would be kind of like a mental rep. In the gym, you need to do different reps. So when you're meditating, your mental rep can be focusing on your breath, drifting away, and then you realize it and you refocus on your breath. And so that is your rep. It's about bringing focus back, right? And over time, you can increase your time meditating. And definitely this really helps in terms of focus, right? Because if you're able to take your wandering mind and bring it back to focus, imagine how much benefit that would bring in your work or your job or your school, your studies. So meditating really helps. Another thing that really helps is to have a structured routine, right? Now, this is something that I'm really working on. It's quite difficult, I think, to run a perfectly structured routine, because life happens, right? And it takes a lot of discipline. But if you find yourself struggling to focus on certain tasks, it's really important to build a routine where you have a specific time set aside for your deep work, right? So what is deep work? Deep work basically means that you remove all distractions, you put your phone on silent, you put your PC on like notifications off, you remove all distractions, and you just focus on completing the task at hand. So if you're working on your business, you might have some very important high return on investment activities. You should focus on completing those first, right? So you put deep focus into that. If you're creating a YouTube video, perhaps that would be recording or writing your scripts. So these are some very important tasks that we can complete during our deep work like sections, right? And so building a routine is very important. In your routine, you should have time for meditation, time for exercise, and time for deep work. And of course, you should allocate at least 8 to 10 hours for sleep, right? So try to structure that around your day. Everybody has a different day, so it might be difficult to, get everything in, but it's very important to stick to a structure and a routine, something you can repeat every day. And life will happen, and if it does, it's okay. Your structure is kind of like your perfect day. If everything went perfectly, there was no like external life distractions, you could follow this day or this specific routine every day. Okay, and that includes weekends, right? Saturday and Sunday. It's very important to maintain the schedule over the weekend. Like, our bodies don't know that it's weekend, right? Our bodies just know it's another day. So treat it the same as any other day. Okay, and so other things that it's very important for us is to take breaks, right? So when you have your schedule, right? And let's say you have a 2 hour of deep work. You should still take a break. So let's say after 1 hour, you take like a quick 15-minute break or a quick 5-minute break and then come back. Because it is kind of hard to focus straight, 2 hours without taking any mental break. But when you take this break, you need to be very careful. You should not scroll on your phone. You should preferably not even go and speak to any person or any friend or sibling or family member. Ideally, what you would do in your 5 minutes or 10 minutes of rest, ideally you would meditate, or you would maybe take a quiet walk outside if you have a garden, or maybe if you have a balcony, you can just go and sit outside on the balcony. Try to be in silence, like to give your brain a true refresh, a true rest. So you can definitely try that. And so it's very important to take these short, effective mental breaks during your work. And you can do this during any activities that you have during the day. You can take these short, like mental refreshing breaks. Okay? Now again, if you're struggling to focus on your work, again, one of the most important things is to put everything on silent, right? I put my phone on airplane mode when I'm working. I put my laptop on mute. So just remove all distractions when you're working. Have complete focus. This way it will help you to get the most work done in a short period of time, and it will also allow your work to be of a higher quality. So I really hope that you're able to use these kind of tips to help you focus and to help remove your ADHD symptoms, right? There's no need to be, taking any drugs or medicines or things like that. Really focus on implementing these different goals. And it's extremely important to get into the gym. Do exercise. Exercise is extremely important. And so if you'd like to listen to or watch and find a lot more information, like deep scientific information regarding this, You can check out Andrew Huberman's podcast. He's explains in like a 2 hour podcast all the information in deep scientific details of how to overcome these different like blocks in our head and how to overcome this hyperactivity, right? So it's really important for you to get more research, and Andrew Huberman is a great source of information. Great. So everyone, if you're looking to find a community of brothers or people who are on the same mind, who are looking to do self-improvement, you can please check the link below. And I'll see you in the next one.